वक्रतुंड महाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम तत्सत्।
धन्यवादः महोदय।
धन्यवादः महोदय।
सम्यक् अस्ति। अस्तु, somebody asked in the last class. Namaste. Somebody asked in the last class whether it is nirvighnam kuru me deva, whether there is a anuswara after vignam or nirvighnam kuru me deva. So it is basically both are correct. It depends on how you say it. If you say nirvighnam kuru me, if you are giving a space between nirvighnam and kuru when you are pronouncing it, then nirvighnam kuru. But if you are pronouncing it continuously, nirvighnam kuru me deva, then because of sandhi, the makara, the anuswara becomes nirvighnam kuru me deva. So when we talk about sandhis, I will explain more. But basically, yeah, it depends on how you are pronouncing it. So, any questions about the last class? Any questions about the homework? I know homework 3 was a bit tough, and I think we modified homework 4 based on the feedback. So homework 4 should be much more easier and more in line with how we had been doing homework in Satya. If there are no questions, let us get started. Last week we started halanta shabdanam vibhakti rupani. So what are halanta shabdas?
Shabdah that end with halant.
That end. When you say that end, what is ending in halanta?
शब्दः शब्दस्य अन्ते हलन्तः अस्ति.
तत्र शब्दम् इत्युक्ते किं? What is the shabda there? Is it prathama vibhakti, panchami vibhakti, bahuvachanam? What is the shabda that you are talking about?
For example, kim or pat. So they are pad, namapada athva kriyapada.
Satyam. So when we say Rama is akaranta pullinga shabda, what do we mean by akaranta there? What is ending in a there?
O is acha, aswara.
Satyameva, but what is ending in ach or swara? What is?
Namapadam.
Pratipadikam.
Pratipadikam. So when we say ajanta shabdaha or halanta shabdaha, we are talking about the pratipadikam. So Rama is the pratipadikam. So ends in a. Mata we say it's a Rikaranta Shabda because the Pratipadikam ends in Gr, Matr, that's the Rikaranta. Same way, when we talk about Bhavan or Bhavati, their Pratipadikam is Bhavat and it ends in T, so Sakaranta Shabda. So whatever the ending sound of the Pratipadikam is, that is the type of the Shabda that we refer to. And I think we started with the Sakaranta Pullinga Shabda. And we saw some of the patterns on how to remember them. Let us do a quick revision. Anybody wants to say what are the different patterns they see here? So it's hard to memorize all the different Halanta Shabdas because unlike Ajanta Shabdas, their forms, they always are not the same. So what I mean is, if it is an Akaranta Pullinga Shabda, whether it is Rama or Krishna or Shiva or Ganesha or whatever, they all have the same, they all follow the same pattern. If you know Rama Shabda, you can blindly say the same thing for Shiva or Krishna or any other Akaranta Shabda. Same way for Strilinga, same way for Napumsakalinga. But for Halanta Shabdas, there are variations. They don't always, they are not always the same. So, for example, if you know the Takaranta Bhavat Shabda, we know Dhimat is like that, Buddhimat is like that, Bhagavat, Yavat, Tavat, they are all like Bhavat Shabda. But if you go to Mahat, one more, the pattern slightly changes. And same way with Bruhat, again the pattern slightly changes. So we can't. वदतु महोदय, प्रश्नः अस्ति वा?
महोदय, एकं प्रश्नमस्ति। हलन्तशब्दः अजन्तशब्दस्य व्यत्यासं किमस्ति?
In what sense, Mahoday?
No, because I don't know. Sorry, last class I couldn't attend. I couldn't. Is there a difference in that?
Is it that it ends in Vyakarna?
Is it same or is there a difference?
It ends in not vowels. Yajana, yajana. Is it?
Right. Right. Ajanta Shabda means they end in swaras or ach. The technical term for swara is ach. So ach anta, because of sandhi, it becomes ajanta. Same way, the technical term for vyanjana is hal. So hal anta, halanta. Ach anta, ajanta. It's just the ending, that's all, ending of the Pratipadika. Otherwise, all the vibhaktis, they both have the same number of vibhaktis. All the vibhaktis mean the same thing in different vibhakti forms. They all have ekavachana, dvivachana, bahuvachana. They sometimes, many times, they have pullinga, strilinga, napumsakalinga. So in that sense, there is no difference. It's only the ending that of the Pratipadikam is why we call it a Halanta Shabda or Ajanta Shabda. So let's look at, we looked at Bhavat Shabda. So the only easy way to remember the so many different forms of the Halanta Shabdas is by looking at patterns. One pattern that all Halanta Shabdas follow is from Tritiya to Saptami. they all have the same pattern. So for Bhavat Shabda, Tritiya Ekavachanam is Bhavata. Same way for Mahat Shabda, it is Mahata. Bruhat Shabda, Bruhata. Chaturthi, Bhavate, Mahate, Bruhate. Panchami and Shashti, they are always the same. Bhavataha, Bhavataha. Same way, you can assume it will be Mahataha, Mahataha. And for Bruhat, it will be Bruhataha, Bruhataha. And Saptami Ekvachanam, it will be Bhavati. It ends in I. So, Mahati, Bruhati. So, from Tritiya to Saptami Ekavachanam, they always follow the same pattern. In Dvivachanam, as we have seen, even for Ajanta Shabdas, for a Rama or Nadi or whatever, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, they end in Bhyam. So, Bhavatyam, Bhavatyam, Bhavatyam. So, what will it be for Mahat? Anybody?
Mahadbhyam.
Mahatyam.
Mahatyam, Mahatyam, Mahatyam. Bruhat?
Bruhatyam. Bruhatyam. Bruhatyam.
Bruhadbhyam, Bruhadbhyam. And Dvivachana, Shashti and Saptami, again, they will be the same and they will end in the same similar pattern. Oho. So for Rama Shabda, we saw Rama Yoho, Yoho, etc. So for Halanta Shabdas also, Pullinga, they end in Oho. So Bhavatoho, Bhavatoho. What will it be for Mahat?
Mahatoho. Mahatoho.
Mahatoho, Mahatoho. Bruhat?
Brihatoho.
Brihatoho.
Bruhatoho, Bruhatoho. Uttama. Now let's look at Tritiya.
Bhanu Mahodaya, these are the only two exceptions, Mahat and Brihat, or there are other such exceptions?
They are not exceptions. They are over a period of time. That is how the language evolved to have those forms. I wouldn't call them exceptions because all of them have multiple words that have this closing thing.
So only by practice we'll know where it will fall under Mahat or Bhavat or Brihat. By practice.
By practice. Okay. By practice.
Bhanu Mahodaya.
Vadatu Mahodaya.
Mahat Shabda, Sambodhana, Prathama Vibhakti, it's a Mahan. So it's a Mahan or Mahan because in Bhavat Shabda it's Bhavan.
We'll come to Sambodhana. Let's go in and out. Let's go in and Same way, Bahuvachanam, if you look at Tritiya, they end in Dihi, Bhavatdihi, Sita Bhihi, Nadi Bhihi. So for Mahat it will be
Mahadbihi.
Mahadbhihi.
Bruhat,
Brihatbihi.
Bruhatbhihi. And Chaturthi and Panchami, Bahuvachanam, they will always be the same and they will end in Bhyaha, Bhyaha, Nadibhyaha, Sitabhyaha, Matrubhyaha, Pitrubhyaha, etc. So for Bhavat it will be Bhavadbhyaha, Bhavatbhyaha. Mahat and Bruhat?
Mahadbhaya.
Mahadbhyaha, Mahadbhyaha.
Brihatbhyaha. Brihatbhyaha.
Bhyaha, Bruhat, Bhyaha, Bruhat, Bhyaha. Bhyaha. And Shashti Bahuvachanam usually ends in Am. So Bhavatam. Mahat it will be
Mahatam.
Bruhat?
Brihatam.
Bruhatam. And Saptami Bahuvachanam usually ends in Su or Shu. So Bhavatsu.
Mahatsu.
Mahatsu. Bhavatsu, Mahatsu, and
Brahatsu.
Bruhat. So that covers Tritiya to Saptami. And this pattern, if you remember, this will apply whether it is Sakaranta Shabda, Nakaranta Shabda, Jakaranta Shabda, Sakaranta Shabda, etc. We will study all of those. So the reason we are studying Tritiya to Saptami first is this pattern applies across the different Halanta Shabda, more or less, for the most part. For Bhavat Shabda, Saptami Ekavachanam, notice one thing, Bhavati. What does this is? Have we come across Bhavati before?
Strilinga.
Strilinga.
Strilinga Bhavan Bhavati.
That is Bhavati, right?
Bhavati is Bhavati. This is Bhavati.
Kriya Padam.
Kriya.
Yeah.
What Lakara, what Vachana, I mean Purusha and all that.
Lat lakara. Pratama Purusha.
Pratama Purusha.
Satyam. So, Chamita Mahoday, what is it?
Bhavati Kriya Pada.
Bhavati.
We are looking at it as Namapadam, right?
No.
Namapadameva, I'm saying, if you encounter Bhavati just by itself, you won't know whether it is Namapadam or Kriyapadam. It will only come from context. So when you look at this, don't think, oh, this is a Kriyapadam, why is it here? So it's the form is the same for both. So any questions about Tritiya to Saptami before we touch Prathama, Sambodhana and Titiya? So let's look at.
So Bhavati here, what does it mean? In Bhavat? In
Bhavan, in that person, Pullinga, in or on. Rame, just like Rame means in or on Rama. So Bhavati means in on or that Bhavan, whoever we are talking about. So the meanings of any of these vibhaktis, they don't. Now let's talk about Prathama, Sambodhana Prathama and Tvitiya. So most of the time, Dvivachana forms are always going to be the same. Bhavantau, Bhavantau, Bhavantau. So what will it be for Mahan? Okay, no, wait. This is where the difference comes with the Bhavat, Mahat and Bruhat. But before we go there, let's look at one more. Dvitiya Bahuvachanam is Bhavataha and Panchami Ekavachanam and Shashti Ekavachanam is also Bhavataha. It is not Bhavantaha. Prathama Bahuvachanam is Bhavantaha, parantu Dvitiya Bahuvachanam is not Bhavantaha, it is Bhavataha, and it is the same as Panchami and Shashti Ekavachanam. It will be the same for Mahat also. Mahataha, Bahuvachanam, Dvitiya. Prashna अस्ति वा?
No.
Mahataha, Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, same as Panchami and Shashti Ekavachanam. Same way, Brihataha, Brihataha, Brihataha. So that takes care of Bahuvachanam. And it will be the same for Nakaranta Shabda, Sakaranta Shabda, etc. So let's go to Prathama Ekavachanam. So for Bhavat Shabda, Pullinga, it is Bhavan. Bhavan means that person, he, or rather you, but used in Prathama Purusha. So Bhavan is Prathama Ekavachanam. Parantu Mahat is also Mahan. Atra same asti. Parantu Bruhat, it is not Bruhan, but or Bruhat, but it is Bruhan. So Bhavan, Mahan, Parantu Bruhan. Bruhan. So the differences you will see among the various forms of Takaranta Shabda will be in Prathama, Sambodhana Prathama and Ditya. That too in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Prathama, Sambodhana Prathama, Bahu. Ditya Bahuvachanam onward, Trutiya to Saptami, they follow the same regular pattern. So this section follows the pattern. The differences lie here. Prathama, Sambodhana, Prathama, Ditya, Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, and Prathama, Sambodhana, Bahuvachanam. So let us look at these in detail. So Bhavat, Prathama Ekvachana, Bhavan, Mahat, Mahan, Brihat, Bruhan. Bhavat, Prathama Dvivachanam is Bhavantau, Mahat, Mahantau, not Mahantau, Mahantau. And Bruhat, it is Bruhantau, not Bruhantau. Luckily for us, the Sambodhana and Ditya Vibhakti Dvivachanam is the same as Prathama Dvivachanam. So Bhavantau, 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 Mahantau, 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 Bruhantau, Bruhantau, Bruhantau. So there is a variation between the words, but among the same words, the forms are the same. And Bhavat Bahuvachana Prathama is Bhavantaha, Sambodhana Prathama is also Bhavantaha, Parantu Mahachabde Mahantaha, Mahantaha. So it is similar to Prathama, Mahan, and Taha, Taha at the end. But it changes with Bruhat Shabda, Bruhantaha, Bruhantaha. It comes with practice. There is one more form of Takaranta Shabda that will not be applicable to us. We will learn about it in Malati when we study the Shatrushanach Pratyayas. So that's why we are not learning about them. For now, these are the things. These are the three types we are going to learn. Bruhat, what is Bruhat mean?
Big.
Big, wide,
Big.
huge.
Huge.
Mahat.
Great. Great.
Noble.
Great.
Satya. Great, noble, ityadi. So Dhimat.
One who is having dhi.
What is dhi?
Wealthy.
Dhi means
Wealth. Buddhiman.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Medha.
Very sharp, intelligent, like that. Skilled, nipunaha, ityadi. Buddhimat.
Intelligent.
One who has buddhi.
One who has buddhi, intelligent. Bhagavat.
One who is Bhagavan.
So Bhagavat. So if you put it in this table, Haraprasad Mahodaya, please say Bhagavat, the various forms of Bhagavat, which is same as Bhavat. Haraprasad Mahodaya, asti va?
Come again, please. I didn't hear you well.
So can you tell me the various vibhakti forms of Bhagavat?
Yes, sir.
Is the same as Bhavat.
Bhagavan, Bhagavantao, Bhagavantaha.
Hmm.
He Bhagavan. He Bhagavantau. He Bhagavantaha.
एकक्षणं महोदय अत्र पश्यन्तु it is हे भगवन् in our mother tongue even for sambodhana we will say bhagavan, so that is fine in our mother tongue. Parantu Samskrite, if you want to do sambodhana, it is bhagavan, not he bhagavan.
Okay.
Please continue, Mahodaya.
Bhagavantam, Bhagavantau, Bhagavantaha. Bhaga, Bhava, Bhagavataha.
Bhagavataha. So Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, there is no anta ending, it is only ta ending.
Bhagavataha. Bhagavata. Bhagavatbhyam. Bhagavatbihi. Bhagavate. Bhagavatbhyam. Bhagavatbhyaha. Bhagavataha. Bhagavatbhyam. Bhagavatbhyaha. Bhagavataha. Bhagavatohi. Bhagavatohi. Bhagavato.
Bhagavatoho.
Bhagavatoho. Bhagavatam. Bhagavati.
Bhagavati. Bhagavati na Bhagavati.
Bhagavati, like Saraswati. Bhagavati. Bhagavatyoho. Bhagavatoho. Bhagavatsu.
Bhagavatsu. So Bhagavata, what does Bhagavata mean?
Bhagavata means Dvitiya, from Bhagavan.
Tritiya.
With
No,
Bhagavan.
By or with Bhagavan. Sundari Mahodaya, Bhavati Vadatu. Bhagavata means?
Bhagavata means Bhagavan.
What is Tritiya Vibhakti? The meanings don't change. What is Tritiya? What does Tritiya convey? Anybody else? What does Tritiya Vibhakti convey?
By Bhagavan.
By or with.
By or with.
Instrumental.
Bhagavata yachati.
Gita Dhyana Shloka also there is a Bhagavata. Anybody remember?
Yachate.
Yeah, Bhagavata, right in the beginning. In the
Pathaya pratiboditam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. First shloka itself.
Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. So what is it saying? This Bhagavad Gita has been conveyed or said by Bhagavata, by Bhagavan, Bhagavata. अत्र प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा?
Are there any other words like Mahat and Brihat?
There are, but not the ones that we will commonly encounter.
Okay.
They are there, but we don't need to worry about it.
All right.
And luckily
just
for
focus
us,
on these.
just focus on Mahat and Bruhat.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily for us, Bhavat and Mahat also happen to be Visheshana. So it
All three
coincides.
vibhaktis.
This coincides with the Visheshana topic that we are covering. There are other words, but not commonly. Sumitra Mahoday, Prashna अस्ति वा?
In Bhagavate Vasudevaya, in Bhagavate, is it Visheshanam or just like?
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. For Vasudeva, who is also a Bhagavan. So for Bhagavan, for Vasudeva.
Astu, धन्यवादः.
अन्ये प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा, सन्देहाः सन्ति वा? Now let us look at Strilinga Shabda, Halanta Strilinga Shabda, in particular Sakaranta Shabda. So the good thing about any Strilinga Shabdas most of the time in any Anta is they follow pattern. They follow the pattern for the most part. So the Strilinga Vibhakti forms are easier to learn. And the Bhavat Shabda happens to follow the Nadi Shabda. So Nadi Nadyau Nadyaha, Nadi Nadyau Nadyaha, Nadi Nadyau Nadihi, same way, Bhavati, Bhavatyau, Bhavatyaha, etc. Read Sudha Mahoday, कृपया एतत् पठतु.
भवति, भवत्यौ, भवत्यः, हे भवति, हे भवत्यौ, हे भवत्यः, भवतीं, भवत्यौ, भवतीः, भवत्या, भवतीभ्यां, भवतीभिः, भवत्यै, भवतीभ्यां, भवतीभ्यः, भवत्याः, भवतीभ्यां, भवतीभ्यः, भवत्याः, भवत्योः, भवतीनां, भवत्यां, भवत्योः, भवतीषु.
धन्यवादः. So does everybody see that this is exactly like Nadi Shabda? So if you know Nadi, Bhavat Shabda Strilinga is exactly the same. And incidentally, the Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda is used in many pratyayas. As we move forward, you will see pratyayas also take Ikaranta Strilinga form. So if you are not comfortable with the Ikaranta Strilinga Vibhakti forms, please revise them. This is very important. So, and then when you look at books, you will see Vat, Shabda Vat. They will give a table and then they will add a few words and then they'll say Shabda Vat. What does this mean? Shabda Vat.
Like
which
Nadi
Shabda?
Like Vat. Usually Vat means like, similar to. So this is Bhavat Shabda Strilinga is similar to Nadi or is like Nadi. Strilinge api, Sakaranta Strilinge api, there is one more pattern, but that will only apply to advanced pratyayas, which we will study next year. So we are not going to look at them this year. Since we talked about Mahat Pumlinga Shabda, here is the Mahat Strilinga Shabda. Does this look like Nadi Shabda?
Yes, it does.
Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha, He Nadi, He Nadyau, He Nadyaha, Nadi, Nadyau, Nadihi, ityadi. So that is why Strilinga forms are easy. Once you learn either Akaranta or Ikaranta, most of them follow the same pattern. And if you notice one more thing, Dvivachana, Trutiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, again, they are the same. And just like Pumlinga, they end in Bhyam, Bhyam, Bhyam. Dvivachana, Shashti and Saptami, they end in Oho, Oho. Trutiya Bahuvachanam ends in Bhihi, Sita, Bhihi. And then Chaturthi, Panchami, they are the same. They end in Vyaha, Vyaha. Shashti Bahuvachanam, it ends in Nam, usually Nam or Anam. And Saptami Bahuvachanam, Su or Shu. And then Panchami and Shashti, they are the same. So instead of memorizing all the different tables, it is better to learn the patterns, and then you can always derive them whenever you need them. अस्तु, सकारान्त स्त्रीलिंग विषये प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा, सन्देहाः सन्ति वा? No चेत् let us look at Napumsakalinga. So what was the thing that we saw with Akaranta Pumlinga and Akaranta Napumsakalinga? Did we see any similarities there?
Yes.
Same.
The first two
Words is the same.
Sudha Mahoday.
Third to seventh, they are same for both Akaranta as well as
Trutiya to Saptami, they are the same for Pumlinga and Pumsakalinga.
and in the Phalam Shabdam, Prathama and Dvitiya, they are same.
Not Phalam Shabdam, Phala. This is very, very important.
Sorry.
It is not
Phala.
Phala.
Phala Shabdam.
So in Napumsakalinga, the forms that we saw, Prathama and Dvitiya are the same. Sambodhana also the same. Prathama, Sambodhana, Dvitiya, they are the same. Dhanyavadaha. And Trutiya to Saptami, they follow the same pattern as the equivalent Pumlinga form. So it is the same here also. Mahat, if you look at Pumlinga, Mahata, Mahadhyam, Mahadhihi. Mahata, Mahadhyam, Mahadhihi. Mahate, Mahadhyam, Mahadhyaha. Mahataha, Mahataha. Same. Mahate, Mahadhyam, Mahadhyaha. Mahataha, Mahataha. So if you learn Trutiya to Saptami Pumlinga, the Napumsakalinga is the same here also. Also notice Prathama, Sambodhana and Dvitiya, they are the same. Mahat, 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 Mahanti, 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 Mahanti. So Napumsakalinga is also easy. There are only two things to remember. Prathama, Sambodhana, Dvitiya, they are exactly the same as each other. Trutiya to Saptami, they are the same as equivalent Pumlinga Shabda. In Prathama Mahat Shabda, there are two variations, Mahat and Mahad. And because we said Prathama, Sambodhana, Prathama and Dvitiya are the same, it will be He Mahat or He Mahad. And Dvitiya, it will be Mahat or Mahad.
Mahodaya.
Vadat Mahodaya.
Why, what is the background? Why it is both in Takara and Dakara?
I don't know, Mahodaya. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably because that's how the language evolved.
Okay.
So Mahodaya, Sandhi rule, Takara becomes Takara.
But even without the Sandhi also, there is Mahad. So takara becomes takara only when certain sandhi rules apply. But even without the sandhi rule, even when those conditions don't apply, you will see mahad.
Yeah.
Astu.
Just, yeah.
Hmm.
Same thing,
And
tat and tad.
that is different. Tad, that is because of sandhi.
Okay, see. Okay.
Yeah. Because we had, if that was true, for Bruhat Shabda, we should have seen a Brihad form, but we don't. They both end in st, takaranta. But we see the variation only for Mahat. For Bruhat, we don't see the end. So for Napunsakalinga, we are going to learn about two things, Mahat and Bruhat. So Bruhat Ekavachana forms, they don't have the dakara ending. Dvivachana, Mahat has Mahanti, and Bruhat also has Bruhanti, Bruhanti, Bruhanti. But there is one more variation that doesn't have the nakara. Bruhati, Bruhati, Bruhati. And then Mahanti, 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 Parantu, Bruhanti, Bruhanti, Bruhanti. So slight difference between Bruhat and Mahat in the Prathama, Sambodhana Prathama and Dvitiya. After, from Tritiya to Saptami, it is the same. And the Jagat, what is Jagat?
The world.
The world. So Jagat Shabda is like Bruhat Shabda. So how do we know which to use? It comes only from practice, and we will do lots of practice. Prashnaha santi va, sandehaha santi va?
Mahodaya, I have a question. In Pullinga Shabdaha, I saw on that Yavat Tavat there.
We forgot to talk about that. Satyam.
Is it not that comparison kind of thing? Yavat Bharatam Asti Tavat Singapore Nasti, like that.
Singapore.
Vishalam Asti.
Correct. It is used. It is the same Yavat and Tavat only. What we didn't study or say when we studied Yavat and Tavat was that these are Pumlinga, that they have variations in Pumlinga, Strilinga, and Napunsakalinga. So Yavat and Tavat, the forms that we studied, they were in Napunsakalinga. If we want to use in Pumlinga, it will be Yavan, Yavantau, Yavantaha, etc. And Strilinga, it will be like Nadi, Yavati, Yavatyau, Yavatyah, Yavatim, Yavatyau, Yavatihi, etc.
So is it used as Visheshanam?
We use as Visheshanam. Satyam. We only studied the Napunsaka.
How about in Napunsaka? It follows Mahat Shabda
Mahat.
or the Brihat? Mahat.
Mahat. But it doesn't have the variation. Only Mahat has the variation. Yavat, 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 Yavanti, 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 Yavanti. It follows Mahat. Astu, अन्ये प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा? Let us do abhyasa, it will become clear. Dhimat, Strilinge. Let us do dhimat in Strilinga. Kasya kramah? Usha Mahoday.
And does it follow the Bhavat Shabda?
Dhimat. Dhimat.
Yeah, Dhimat. Oh. Yeah, Dhimat. Does it follow Bhavat Shabda in Sri Linga?
Satya. Satya. In
So,
Sri Lanka, good for us, there is no variation. They are like Nadi.
So, Pradama would be Dhimati, Dhimatyau, Dhimatyaha. Then He Dhimati, He Dhimatyau, He Dhimatyaha. Dhimatin, Dhimatyau, Dhimatihi. Dhimatya, Dhimati Bhyam, Dhimati Bihi. Dhimatyai, Dhimati Bhyam, Dhimati Bhyaha. Dhimatyaha, Dhimati Bhyam, Dhimati Bhyaha. Dhimatyaha, Dhimatyoho, Dhimatinam, Dhimatyam, Dhimatyoho, Dhimati Shu. Mahodaya, how to know whether it's Shu or Su? Is there a rule?
There is a rule. I will cover that in a future class. It takes a little bit of explanation. I will cover it in a future.
Okay, astu.
Usually, not always. If it is E karanta, then it will end in shu. A karanta, Sitasu, Nadi, Sitasu, Parantu Nadishu, Mahatishu. That's one pattern, but there are other rules also. I will cover them in the future. Let's do one more. Buddhimat Pumlinge. Buddhimat follows Bhavat. Gayatri Mahoday.
Buddhiman, Buddhimantau, Buddhimantaha, He Buddhiman, He Buddhimantau, He Buddhiman, He Buddhiman, He Buddhiman, He Buddhimantau, He Buddhimantaha, He Buddhimanta, sorry, Buddhimantam, Buddhimantau, Buddhimantaha, Buddhimataha, Buddhimataha, Buddhimata, Buddhimadhyam, Buddhimadbihi, Buddhimate, Buddhimadhyam, Buddhimadbhyaha, Buddhimataha, Buddhimadhyam, Buddhimadbhyaha, Buddhimataha, Buddhimatoho, Buddhimatam, Buddhimati, Buddhimatoho, Buddhimatisu, Buddhimatsu, Buddhimatsu.
Mahodaya.
Haraprasad Mahodaya, Pruchati.
Yeah. Usually we heard it as Buddhimatam, right? Buddhimatam Varishtam. Here it says Buddhimatam.
Putra.
Bhavantam
Buddhimatam. Buddhimatam.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Dvitiya Vibhakti. I'm sorry.
Buddhimatam Varishtam. Among Buddhimantas, he is the Varishta.
Yeah. Okay.
Anye prashna santi va?
Bhanumahoday, in the Tritiya, Chaturthi or Panchami, the
Could you show again this, like in the middle, Dvivachanam? Could you, like, it would be Buddhi Madbhyam, no? Buddhi Madbhyam.
Buddhi Madbhyam. Satya.
This is what I want. Dhanyavadam.
Anye sandehaः santi va prashnaः santi va?
महोदय महान महत् शब्द महान संबोधने हे महान अस्ति न?
हे महान अस्ति वा?
प्रवेशपुस्तकमध्ये हे महान अस्ति.
महान अस्ति वा? I saw in 2 different places it showed Mahan. I will verify. If it is Hey Mahan, then I will correct it and I will send a message.
Pravesha Pustakam Ye Mahani Dikadi.
He Mahan Asti.
He Mahan Asti Mahodaya. Pravesha Pustake.
अन्ये जालपुटेषु तु महान् इति अस्ति. अहं दृष्ट्वा वदामि. अस्तु. Let us do Visheshana Vishesha Bhava a little bit, and then because these Takaranta Shabdas that we learned today, they are also Visheshanas, we will do a Abhyasa combined.
Anu Mahodaya,
Vajatu Viraj Mahodaya.
We studied Buddhi also. Now we are studying Buddhi, Bhagavan, Buddhivan kind of word, right? So that pratyaya we are not learned, right? Like what makes the difference, like when we will use Buddhi and when we will use Buddhivan.
Buddhi just means intelligence or being smart. Buddhiman is in whom the Buddhi exists. It talks about a person. Buddhi is just a quality. Is that the question?
Yeah, just trying to understand in Sanskrita, because in languages generally we try to add person with. I was just trying to understand something we need to add to a word, or how will you make a word becoming a person, right? Here.
अस्तु तद्धित प्रत्यय इति एकम् अस्ति. So where you add a type of pratyaya called tadhita pratyaya for describing a person who has those qualities. Buddhiman, buddhi, yasya asti, saha buddhiman, like that.
Mahodaya, what exactly is pratyaya? I mean, generally, we talk about it, but what is the meaning of it? What is the, it has, so there are various pratyayas are there. What does it mean?
It is think of it as a transformation that you can apply to either a dhatu or to a pratipadikam to get other form. So sometimes when you add a pratyaya to a dhatu, it will become a kriya padam, right? Patha dhatu, if you apply the thing pratyaya, it will be pathati, pathatah, pathanti, etc. Whereas if you add a krut pratyaya to the same, to a dhatu, then it will be something like pathitum, pathitva, etc. It will become a nama padam. And if you apply a pratyaya called a sup pratyaya to a pratipadikam, then you get the different vibhakti form. So there are several types of pratyayas. They are either applied on dhatu or pratipadikam. When they are applied on pratipadikam, they usually end up in vibhakti form, but not always. And when you apply a pratyaya to a dhatu, it will either become a kriya padam or it will become a pratipadikam. So pratyaya is a transformation. And like Viraj Mahodaya was asking, how does buddhi become buddhiman? Because there is a different type of transformation of pratyaya called tadhita pratyaya. When you apply to to a pratipadikam, it will tell you, it will say a person, a type of tadhita pratyaya. There are many types of tadhita pratyaya. One type of tadhita pratyaya, when you apply to buddhi, it will be buddhiman, a person who has buddhi.
Okay. Okay.
If you are interested, if you all are interested in learning more about pratyas, we can have one session about it. But I didn't want to confuse all of you with so much theory in the beginning, so that's why I've been holding it. I know some people have asked me about the different dhatu ganas. Now there is a request for pratyas. We can do all of those. Towards the shoe. It depends on your interest, how much theory you want to absorb. Astu.
Like no, Mahodaya, like Bhagavan who has 6 bhagas is Bhagavan. Like Aishwaryam, like that, some 6 qualities the person who possesses is a Bhagavan.
With bug. With
6
baga.
bhagas, they say.
Like Balavan is one person who has got Bala. Buddhiman is a person who has got Buddhi.
Like that, Bhagavan 6 bhagas.
Astu. We will do one class on the different pratyayas. I'll give an overview and we'll do that.
Yeah, that will be fine, Mahodaya.
Astu. Now let's proceed. So if you remember when I introduced the Vishesha Visheshana topic, I said Sarvanama Shabdas are also Visheshana. There are many things that are Visheshanas in Sanskritam. We studied a few of them like Mahan, Bruhat, etc. Sarvanama Shabdas are also Visheshanas. Sankhyas are also Visheshanas. Sankhya Vachaka Shabdas, Purana Pratyayanta, some Pratyayas, they are all Visheshanas. We will study about each of them step by step. So today let's look at Sarvanama Shabdas as Visheshana. So the different Sarvanama Shabdas, some of them that we studied and some of them that we are going to study, Tad, Etad, Yad, and Kim. We studied these 4. There are 2 more, Sarva and Anya, that we are going to study later this year. So these all are Visheshana, which means they, what does being a Visheshana mean?
It follows the substantive. It follows the Vishesha.
Padasya Vivaranam.
In case in Vibhakti, gender, sorry, Vibhakti, Linga and Vachan.
So Visheshanasya Lingam Vibhakti Vachanam will be the same as Vishesha Padasya Lingam Vachanam Vibhakti. That is what a Visheshana is. So what does that mean? So when we are talking about Balakaha, it is Pumlinga, Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. So if you want to say this boy, the Etad Shabda also has to be Prathama Pumlinga Ekavachana. Eshaha Balakaha, not Esha Balakaha or Esha Balakaha or something like that. Eshaha Balakaha or Saha Balakaha. And we saw in some examples, a Vishesham can have multiple Visheshanas. So, Eshaha Chaturaha Balakaha. Atra Vishesham kim Visheshanani keke kani?
Eshaha Chaturaha. Both are Visheshana.
Eshaha and Chaturaha are Visheshanas. Balakaha is Vishesha. So usually first identify the Vishesha, then identify the Visheshana. That way you will make fewer mistakes. Same way, Sa Chhatra, that girl, Sa Chhatra Pathati. Sa Uttama Chhatra Pathati. Again, Chhatra, Vishesham, Sa and Uttama are Visheshana. Etat phalam khadami, etat madhuram phalam khadami. So,
that etam phalam.
Etam.
Etat phalam, Mahodaya. Etat phalam.
What is Kriya Pada here?
Khadami.
Phalam and etam should go together.
Satyam. The question is, it should be etat or etam. Khadami. So who's the karta?
Aham.
So what is karma?
Dvitiya
Karma.
vibhakti.
Atra phalam dvitiya vibhaktau asti. Therefore, it should be etam. Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, Mahodaya.
No, you're right. Typo asti atra. Etat phalam. Etat phalam. Pullinga nasti. Napumsaklinga. I'll fix it. Astu. So it applies to all 7 vibhakti. So atra gajaha asti. Gajasya केचन विशेषणानि सन्ति. चतुरः गजः, बलिष्ठः गजः, शूरः गजः, कनिष्ठः गजः. कनिष्ठः इत्युक्ते यंगेस्ट. शूरः
ज्येष्ठः कनिष्ठः.
ज्येष्ठः कनिष्ठः. ज्येष्ठः इज एल्डेस्ट. शूरः
strong.
Courageous.
बलिष्ठः
Healthy.
Strong.
healthy, etc. So सः गजः, सः स्थूलः गजः, सः चतुरः गजः, सः बलिष्ठः गजः, etc. And we can combine all of these. सः स्थूलः, चतुरः, बलिष्ठः, कनिष्ठः गजः.
Okay.
So there can be many Visheshanas for the same Visheshyam. So we studied Tad Shabda in great detail last year, Sah Taute, Tam Tautan, etc. Now let us try to form sentences using all these various forms in various vibhakti. Kalpana Mahodaya. Saha Gajaha. So pick Chaturaha, Balishta, Shura, Kanishta, whatever you want, and add one more thing to this sentence. Saha Gajaha Prathama Vibhakti.
Saha Balishtaha Gajaha.
Saha Balishtaha Gajaha. Saha Stulaha Gajaha. Uttamam. Dvitiya Vibhakti. Give an example in Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Saha, Tam Balishtam Gajam. Tam Balishtam Gajam.
Pashyami.
Pashyami.
Astina.
Pashyami.
Pashyami. Tritiya Vibhaktau.
Tena.
Tena.
Tena. Stulena Gajena.
Pashyami.
Why?
Stulena
Gachati.
Wait. No,
going with aham stulena gajena saha vanam gachami.
Uttamam. Aham stulena gajena saha vanam gachami. Please don't all speak at the same time. Vijay Sundaram, sorry, Vijay Inan Mahodaya, why Gajena Pashyami? How will it be? Oh, I see. Gajena Pashyami. With Gaja, I am seeing something. Huh? Is that what you wanted to say?
I think this is correct. No, I thought aham was there, so yeah, with aham.
You can say aham stulena gajena saha chalachitram pashyami. You can say it that way.
Could you say
Because it's a chatura gaja, no? So yeah, it can watch.
अस्तु Kanchan Mahodaya prashna अस्ति वा?
No.
Somebody
I
had a
have a question. Yeah. Could you say aham ten stulena gajena vahami vahami? Like I ride on the elephant.
On the elephant.
Well, maybe I'm not saying the right kriya padam, but use it as an instrument.
Yeah, vadatu. Angla bhashayam kathamam vadatu. Maybe it will become clear.
I ride. Well, that would be on the elephant, right? I'm not sure English is the right language to translate here.
Say it in some other language, Hindi maybe. What are you trying to say?
No, I think he's saying about Vimanena, like that.
Hathi say,
Gajanena.
Gajena.
Aham gajena gacchami.
Yanam. Vimanena gacchami. Gajena gacchami.
Okay. So gacha can be used for instrumental here.
Aham tena stulena gajena gacchami.
Gacchami. Okay.
Astu. Prashant Mahodaya, Prashant Sharma, Chaturthi Vibhakti. Whatever you want. Don't overthink. Keep it very simple. Chaturthi Vibhakti, what does it convey?
के द्वारा from के द्वारा
के लिए So what is the Chaturthi Vibhakti form of Gaja?
Gajaya.
Haraprasad Mahodaya, please let Prashant Mahodaya answer. Please mute yourself, Haraprasad Mahodaya. Prashant Mahodaya, vadatu. Gaja, what is the Chaturthi Vibhakti form?
I will have a little bit of, okay, one moment.
Astu, we'll come back to you. Viraj Mahodaya, Bhavan vadatu.
Gaja Shabda will be Gajaya.
So Tad Shabda will be?
Aham Chaturaya Gajaya Palam Dadami.
Satyam. We are also trying to use a Sarvanama Shabda. Tad or Etad. That particular elephant or this particular elephant.
Okay. Aham etat. Etat right?
So, atra pashyatu. Gajaha is prathama ekavachanam. So, saha, we use saha. Gajam, ditya ekavachanam. So, we use tam. Saha, taute, tam, tautan. Tena tabhyam taiti. Gajena. So, therefore, we use tena. So, if it is Gajaya, what will
Tasmai.
be? Sampurnam vakyam vadatu.
Aham Tasmai Chaturaya Gajaya dadami, balam dadami.
Uttamam. Tasmai chaturaya gajaya phalam dadami. Uttamam. Panchami. So do the Vishesha first. What will be Gaja?
It will be Ramat, Gajat.
Gajat. And Tad Shabda Panchami Ekavachana?
Tasmat.
Tasmat. Uttamam. So now form a sentence.
Aham tasmat gajat palam swikaromi.
Uttamam. Aham tasmat gajat phalam swikaromi. And you can add one more visheshana, Thulat, Chaturat, etc. Uttamam. Atra pashatu udaharane bhitihi nasti iti likhitam asti. Bhitihi. So whenever we use bhitihi, we have to use Panchami Vibhakti. So that is why this particular example is given. Just as a reminder. So whenever we have to convey the bhiti, we have to use Yasmat bhitihi asti. From whom there is a fear, that will be in Panchami Vibhakti. Finish in Shashti and Saptami, Mahodaya.
Okay.
First do the Visheshya and then go to Visheshana.
Okay. Gajaha Shashti Vibhakti will be Gajasya. Then Tat Shabda will be Tasya. Tasya Chaturasya Gajasya Namaha Ramaha.
Uttamam. Namaha va. Nama va.
Okay.
Mama nama virajaha va. Mama namaha virajaha va. Nama. There is no visarga there.
Oh, Ekavachana Naman Pada. Okay.
Nama. Tasya Gajasya nama Ramaha.
Ramaha. Saptami Vibhakti Gaje will be the Saptami Ekavachana. Then Tasmin will be the Tad form, Tad Shabdasya Saptami Ekavachana. Aham Tasmin Gaje. Just now somebody was telling I will ride on it, right? So
Graham Gachami.
Aham Tasmin Chature Gaje Graham Gachami.
Tasmin, no. In on the elephant, Graham Gachami. Astu. Atra udaharanam pashyatu snihyami iti likhitam asti. So why? Because snihya, whenever we use snihya bhavam, sneha bhavam, it will be in saptam. So since we are going slightly to advanced classes, let us try to use the different vibhakti forms other than the normal usages. We studied bhitihi with panchami, sneha bhavam with saptami, like that. So let us.
Shamyata. Upari we can use, no? Tasmin stule gaje upari upavishyami. On the.
Can we say Arudha?
Ekanimisha. Meera Mahade, vadatu.
On the elephant, I am sitting.
So what is, forget about the Tad Shabda. Simple sentence. On the elephant. I am sitting on the elephant. How will you say it?
Gaje upari, no?
Gajasya upari.
Gajasya, is it?
When you are saying upari, it will be Shashti. Gajasya upari. Of the Gaja, on top of the Gaja.
Okay.
Therefore, aham tasya balishtasya gajasya upari upavishthami.
Okay. So upari is used in Shashti only, is it?
Tasmin gaje.
Tasmin gaje aham snihyami, whatever the example was given on that elephant. Mama
Mama Preeti.
Sorry, Tasmin sounds a little off. I don't know. It's like in the elephant as opposed to on the elephant.
That is for Snehami, no?
It is for emotion. So you can say in the elephant.
In the elephant, you have buddhi, whatever, it's okay. But in the elephant, you are sitting is not right for me.
On. So, see, Saptami means in or on, right?
Saptami on also?
On act also.
Mahodaya, Tasmin Gaje Upavishati, is that correct?
You can say Balakaha Tasmin Gaje Upavishati. On that elephant is
Mahodaya, can we say aham tasmin chature gaje arudhe griham gachami?
Arudha. Arudhe, if you use arudhe, then it will apply, it will become Visheshanam for gaje.
Gaje, okay.
Right? Okay. So you are, the elephant has climbed on something else, and you are.
If we have to climb on the elephant, so
Arudha.
Arudha.
Arudha na. Lyap.
Arudhya.
If you want to make it a Visheshanam for aham, and she is female, so would you say Arudha? Aham Arudha Gaje Upavishami. Sorry, Gaje Griham Gachami.
We will come to Strilinga in 1 second. Let's finish Pullinga. But if you want to say after I went home on climbing an elephant, Arudhya, not Arudha. Because if you use Arudhe, then it will become Visheshana for Gaja. So if you drive home on an elephant that has climbed.
Mahodaya, can we say Arudhanantare?
Antaram. Arudhanantaram.
Arudhanantaram. After climbing. Astu Mahodaya.
Astu. Rima Mahodaya, Bhavati Vadatu. Instead of Gajaha, let us take a Strilinga word. Let us say Nadi. And let us repeat the same.
Oh, Sa Nadi, like that?
Sa Nadi. So the Tad Shabda will take the Strilinga form.
Sa Brihati Nadi.
Oh, okay. Astu. Sa Brihati Nadi asti. Anantaram.
So I make Prathama Vibhakti?
That is Prathama. Let us do Dvitiya to Saptami also.
Sa Vishala Nadi.
Sa Vishala Nadi.
Vishala Nadi Vahati.
No. Satyam.
Okay, yeah, Vaha is akarmak.
Dvitiya Vibhaktau.
Aham.
So Nadi, first do the Dvitiya form for Nadi, then do the Dvitiya form for the Visheshana.
Aham Nadim Pashyami. So Aham I'll try and use the new one. Brihatim Nadim Pashyami.
And then we are doing the Sarvanama Shabda. So let us keep Vishala. We will do the Sakaranta later. So what will be the
Tam Vishalam Nadim Pashyami.
Uttama. Trutya Vibhaktau.
So I guess
Nadi.
it's be hard
First
to
do
use
Nadi.
Nadi as an instrument. So I'd use Saha. Oh, but Saha, Nadi. Aham. Nadya. Thus, first just the sentence. Nadya Saha won't be right.
Astu, if you can't do it with Nadi, do it with Darvi.
Aham Gauri Gaurya Saha Gacha Griham Gachami.
Gaurya Saha Griham Gachami. Then if you add a Sarvanama Shabda.
Aham Etaya Otaya Gaurya Saha.
Taya or Etaya?
Griham Gachami. And then you want an adjective too, right?
Visheshana. So try to use the Sanskrita term. The longer you use English term, the harder it is.
Yeah, I should get used to
Chintana.
that. Aham Sundarya Taya Sundarya Gauriya Saha Griham Gachami.
Uttamam. Arthaha kaha?
With that beautiful girl, I go home.
With that beautiful girl, Gauri, I go home.
Sorry, Gauri, yeah.
Astu, Uttamam. Dhanyavadah. Chaitra Mahoday. Chaturthi vibhakta vadatu.
So do I have to do it with Nadi Mahodaya or?
Do whatever you want. Some Strilinga with some Visheshana and then one Sarvanama as a Visheshana.
Okay, I shall choose Yuvati. So Yuvati, Chaturthi, Vibhakti, Rupam, Yuvatyai, Yuvatyai, then Tasyai, Sarvanama asti. Visheshana, aham tasyai chatura yuvatyai prashnam pruchhami. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it is it has to be dana kriya. Okay. Dana kriya. Aham tasyai chatura yuvatyai upaharam dadami.
Astu. Prashnadvayam asti atra. Why is it chatura?
Chatura visheshana mahodaya. Chaturyai.
Tasyai
chaturayai yuvatyai upaharam dadami.
And then the second question, Prashnam Pruchhami, you said. What vibhakti will you use if you want to use
Prashnam Pruchhami, Dvitiya vibhakti mahodaya.
So do the same thing in Dvitiya vibhakti. Chatura, Yuvati, Sa.
Aham tam yuvatim prashnam pruchhami.
And then add Chatura.
Aham tam chaturam yuvatim prashnam pruchhami.
Uttama. So Sarvanama Shabda has to be in appropriate Linga Vachana Vibhakti. The other Visheshana, Chatura, whatever, that also has to match. If you use 10 Visheshanas, all 10 have to follow the same Linga Vachana Vibhakti. Bhagya Mahate. Panchami Vibhakti. Strilinga. Udaharana.
Aham tasyaha chaturyaha चतुर्याः युवत्याः शाटिकां स्वीकरिष्यामि।
उत्तमम्।
सम्यक् महोदय?
सम्यक् सम्यक् उत्तमम्।
धन्यवादः।
सुमित्रा महोदय, षष्ठी विभक्ति।
नद्याः एतस्याः नद्याः नाम गंगा गंगा
उत्तमम्। use one visheshana, one more visheshana, not a sarvanama shब्द.
एतस्याः बृहत्याः नद्याः नाम गंगा।
उत्तमम् उत्तमम्। हर्ष महोदय, सप्तमी।
Mahoday, it's tasmin.
स्त्रीलिंग। तस्मिन् अस्ति वा?
Strilinga. No. Strilinge. Tasyam.
तस्याम्। विशेष्यं किमस्तु?
चतुरायां युवत्यां मम प्रीतिः अस्मि।
अस्ति, अस्मि न।
अस्ति, sorry.
उत्तमं। सम्पूर्णं वाक्यं वदतु महोदय।
तस्यां चतुरायां युवत्यां मम प्रीति अस्ति। प्रीतिः, sorry. तस्यां चतुरायां युवत्यां मम प्रीतिः अस्ति। उत्तमम्
उत्तमम्।
महोदय, क्षम्यताम्. If I have to say pavitram, so pavitrayaah nadyah.
पवित्रायाः नद्याः। सत्यं। Pavitra, the only thing I don't know is Pavitra, is it a Visheshanam or is it only Strilinga? I don't know. I'll have to check. Društva vadami. Okay.
So, the Visheshna should always exist in all the three lingas?
Right. Yeah.
Always.
Then only it will be called a Visheshana. Otherwise it will not. Let's do Napumsakalinga. Vijay Mahodaya. Napumsakalinga, pick. Let's start with Prathama Vibhakti.
Okay. Tat, no?
Tat.
Tat Maduram Phalam. Sorry.
तत् मधुरं फलम् अस्ति। अस्तु, द्वितीया विभक्तौ?
Same thing.
वाक्यं वदतु।
Okay. Tat Maduram Phalam. Aham tat Maduram Phalam khadami.
तृतीया विभक्तौ?
Tritiya will be Pulinga.
नपुंसकलिंग।
No, but okay. It will follow the Pulinga. So, Tena. Tena Phalena. Sorry, Tena Madurena Phalena. Instrument. What sentence to make? Aham tena madurena phalena.
Yanena. Let us use Yanena. Yanena. Vehicle.
Yanena is what? Sorry.
Yana. Yanena.
Yanena.
Rela Yanena. Loka Yanena. Whatever.
So, aham Okay, I'll try to make my own sentence.
I was just trying to help.
Aham tena madurena phalena bhojanam karomi. No,
Satyam, why not? With that fruit, I am eating my meal. So choose Mitram. Mitra, it will be easy. Mitra is friend.
Then yeah, aham tena mitrena. Sorry, tena Vishesham.
Uttama. Choose Uttama.
Uttamena mitrena saha Vidyalayam gachami.
Chaturthi.
Chaturthi. Tasmai. And this is Dana Kriya. Okay. Aham Tasmai Phalaya Maduraya Phalaya Danam Karomi.
What are you giving as Danam to the Phalam?
Oh, sorry. Okay, Dana. Receiver. Dana.
So Mitra. Choose Mitra. It is easy.
Okay.
Chatura Mitra. Done.
Aham Tasmai Mitra Chaturaya Mitraya Upaharam Dadami.
Uttama. Uttama.
Mahodaya, with tasya, right? Will it be tasmai or tasya?
Napumsakalinga. What is it in Napumsakalinga Chaturthi Vibhakti?
Tasmai, no, Pulinga.
Tasmai. Who didn't get a turn so far?
I had a question. Would it be okay to say aham ten karanena vadami?
Tena karanena vadami. For that reason, I am saying something. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can do that. Kanchan Mahodaya, looks like you didn't get a turn. Panchami Vibhakti, Napumsakalinga.
I can use any word, right?
Sakalinga, any Napumsakalinga.
Aham tasmat unnatat vrikshat phalam no tasmat unnatat vrikshat patami.
Vriksha, is it a Napumsakalingam or Pumlinga Padam? Pullinga.
Napumsakalingam. Aham tasmat phalat rasam aham tasmat madurat phalam rasam pibami. Samyak asti?
Repeat once more. The whole sentence.
Aham tasmat madurat phalat rasam pibami.
Uttama. Uttama. Who else didn't get a turn so far? Narayanan Mahodaya. Shashti Vibhakti. Napumsakalinga.
Asya dhimataha mitrasya namaha nama Ramaha.
Uttamam. You use Dhimat Shabda. Uttamam. Meera Mahodaya. Saptami Vibhakti.
Tasmin dhimati mitre mama mama गौरवम् अस्ति, गौरवः अस्ति.
Dhi, use the Visheshanam once more. Say the Visheshanam once more. Dhi.
Tasmin. Dhimati.
Dhimati. Hraswa.
Dhimati.
I thought you said Dirgha. Dhimati.
Mitre. Gauravah asti. Mama gauravah asti.
Uttama.
Is Gaurava Napunsaka or is it Pullinga?
He's talking about the quality. So there she's not doing the Visheshana for Mitra. Mitra she's using Tasmin, Dhimati. Those are the Visheshana.
Gauravam the Karta?
Even I'm not sure, Mahodaya.
Gauravam asti.
Gauravam is Dvitiya Vibhakti.
No, if it's Napunsaka, then it's Prathama.
So whether it is Napunsaka or Pullinga Shabda is what she's asking. Even that's the reason I changed from Gaurav to Gauravaha. Even I'm not sure. Respect.
Gauravam Napunsakalinge. Gauravaha na Gauravam.
Mama Gauravam asti.
Mahoday, she said Mitre. Is it Mitram can be used as a striling also? Dhimati, she said. I couldn't get the complete sense. Sorry.
No, that's okay. 1 second. So Sumitra Mahoday, Pavitra exists in all three lingas, so it's a Visheshana.
Dhanyavad.
Astu. Dhimat. So Dhimati is like Bhavati. So Saptami Ekavachana. It is not Strilinga. It's not Dhimati, it is Dhimati. Hrasva. And remember, Trutiya to Saptami, Pumlinga and Napunsakalinga are the same. So Dhimati is Saptami Ekavachana. Is that clear, Rita Mahoday?
Mahoday, Mitra can be used here. Mitra is the pulling, or sorry, Napunsakalinga Shabda.
Mitra is Napunsakalinga, Satyam. So what is the question?
My question was, I thought it should be Strilinga Shabda. So that's why.
Why Strilinga?
Dhimati. There I got confused. Dhimati, I thought it's a Strilinga. So.
Astu atra pashyatu. Dhimati. Hrasva, not Dhimati. Dhimati. Saptami ekavachana.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Astu samayah jatah. Let us end the session today. We will continue next time. Lakshmi Mahoday, Mangala Shlokam Karoti Kripaya.
Astu Mahoday. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Dhanyavadah Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah Mahodaya.